Staying us up on the season preview list, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. First, let's start with your head coaching staff. First, the head coach, you got Antonio Pierce. This is his first year as a full time head coach. But if you include last year, so it was part of their he was interim head coach. He went 5-4 the games he was intern for. They did a lot better than him. A lot of the players like him a lot more than they liked um McDaniels, but he's proven he's not a very good head coach. He's bad with Broncos. He's bad with the Raiders. So he was a former Arizona State linebacker coach, and he used to be the Raiders linebacker coach for a few years. He's a different head coach, good offensive coordinator. You brought in Luke Getzey. He's a former Bears offensive coordinator. He's not a very good offensive coordinator. Like the Bears are not a very good offense, but they also give him a ton of talent. But like they have a lot of talent on offense, but when he was there, they didn't have a ton. Defensive coordinator, you got Patrick Graham. This is his third year as a defensive coordinator. Before that, for a couple of years, he was a Giants defensive coordinator. He's a decent head coach. It's like they're they have a few really good players, but outside of that, they don't have a lot of depth, and that includes their defense. So he's a good defensive coordinator. So that's it for the coaching staff. They got a decent coaching staff. We'll see how Pierce does in a full year. Because a full year is a lot different as a head coach is a lot different than being part of the season's intern. Just ask who's the Browns head coach they hired after Baker's rookie year, who did terrible as a full time head coach. Completely blanking on his name, but I can hardly imagine his face. But he did not do that good. That's just the most recent example I can think of. So yeah, that's it for the coaching staff. Let's go to their depth chart. Now at quarterback, you got Gardner Minshew. So right here they have listed Gardner Minshew as their starter, but there's a battle between him and O'Connell, and it's not a huge deal. Obviously things can change, but I was at the first preseason game against the Vikings. O'Connell did start the game, so yeah, but still, it's only the preseason. They both played both quarterbacks a decent amount. But he's a good quarterback. He helped nearly lead the Colts to the playoffs last year. We'll see what happens. But he's an average starting quarterback. But if he's your backup, he's really good. But you don't. Behind him, you got Aiden O'Connell, who's also not really that good. He did not do very good at all last year. Like he did okay, but he also had some pretty bad games. Like once you see him over replacing G, like they couldn't. They should not have their quarterback figured out last year. They're hoping it can get better this year, but we'll see. Hoping Minshew can be their guy. Then behind them, we got Anthony Brown Jr. He's okay. He's a UDFA. He's probably like the roster just as your start quarterback for practice squad. Just because Carter Bradley isn't any better. They're both UDFAs for a reason. But also, at least one of them probably know what I mean. Practice squad, I think, at least. As for quarterback room, it's okay. It's going to be a battle between who's number one. Now, for the running back room, you lost a pretty really good running back in Josh Jacobs. They're hoping Samir White can step up and replace him. He's shown he can be a decent running back. Just how good could he be as your number one? There's a lot more pressure on him now with Jacobs gone. So we'll see. But he's a good starting running back. Behind him, you brought in Alexander Madison. He's had some good years with the Vikings. This past year, when they go into the year, they were hoping he'd be their number one. After they got rid of Dalvin Cook, he showed he was not that. He had a lot of fumbles last year. So we'll see. Maybe that's just a down year. Guys do have down years. He has had good years, and once again, is going to be your number two. Like I think he's better than his number two running back, or at least like got to get some playing time, but isn't your main starter. Behind him, you got Amir Abdullah, another former Viking. He's okay. 31, so how good can he be at this point? But yeah, he's good depth, but that's really it. Then we got Dylan LeBay, with 6 round pick. He's decent. He didn't have very good competition. College, we'll see. But yeah, and then behind him we also got Sincere McCormick. I feel like McCormick has a chance of being out. Um, Jim LaBe, but LaBe was a draft pick, so he has that over him. Because McCormick wasn't. Yes, you got Brendan Brown. I don't think he's going to make the roster. He's going to be 27 year. I think they're going to go one of the two younger guys, unless he just ends up being a good backup running back. You never know, but I just don't think he is at this point. That's if you're running back around next. Let's go to the wide receivers. You got a top 5 wide on the league right now. Or like if he when he has good quarterback play, he is a top. He's top 3. Just Raiders do not have a good quarterback, so this helped him a ton. But last year, with inconsistent quarterback play, he had 103 catches for over 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. But if you watch the my receiver thing on Netflix, he did not seem very happy. So see how much longer he stays around, especially if their quarterbacks do not be good again. We'll see. And yeah, he's also in his 30s at this point. They're still really good right out. Behind him, you got Jacoby Myers. He's a good number 2. Like, if, yeah, let's say if Adams wants out next offseason, you're kind of screwed because you don't want Myers anymore. But he's a good number 2. Behind them, you got Trey Tucker. He's a recent draft pick. He's just his second year, so I hope he can do better. He has shown he's showed some a little bit of flashes. He had 19 catches, 331 yards last year. But he barely played, because he did. They had Myers and Adams. They also had Hunter Renfro, who is gone free. He's a free agent, so yeah, but he's gone now. Let's see what happens there. They also brought in Jalen Guyton. He has had starting time with the Chargers, but he's not very good. He has dealt with a lot of injuries, which number 4, that's fine. And then we got Christian Wilkerson and Das. Both okay depth. That's really it. They're not that good. And then we got DJ Turner and Jeff Foreman. They're not good, either of them. They're at best practice squad guys, but we'll see what happens there. And then Tariq McAllister and Tulu Griffin, they're not neither make the roster. Alex Beckman and Romain Ramel Hilton. I have not heard of those guys before. Just tells you they're probably not going to be very good. We'll see. Let's just Robert Super Room. You got a really good 1-2 tight end combo, hopefully. Myers Bowers will be a rookie. If we drafted with your first round pick, Brock Bowers, he should be a really good tight end. It's hard to say for sure because not everybody works out, but he should be. Like the last tight end that was drafted in the top 10 was Kyle Pitts. Like he should be good this year with that Arthur Smith on. He hasn't been good so far with the Falcons. We'll see. And behind them, if Bowers does start, we got our good tight end, Michael Mayer. Drafted him the second round in 2023 for a reason. He had a good rookie year. So yeah, like he got a really good bunch of that combo. Then behind them, we got Harrison Bryant. He's okay. He's not much. And Gentry's a little worse, but he's not that good either. So yeah, but Bryant's a good number 3. So he'll probably make the roster as number 3 tight end. So we do carry 3, but a lot of teams do. Now let's go to your offensive line. You have a lot of young guys, and he has some weaknesses. But left tackle, you're doing pretty good. You've got Colton Miller. He's a really good left tackle. It looks like he is dealing with an injury right now. So he'll be back soon from that injury. Because sidelined for a couple more weeks, but that was 16 days ago. So he should be back soon, hopefully. He's a good left tackle. And behind him, we got Andrews Pete. He has had some pretty good years with the Saints, but he's not really been healthy lately. So let's see what happens. He can play both. He can play tackles, both tackles. He can also play guard. That's where played most of his career with the Saints, but they had play some tackle too, so he can do both. But if he does start, it's either just get injured or Munford doesn't do good in the one right tackle. Then you also got Jalen McKenzie, young developmental guy. That's it. Also, the left guard, you brought in Cody Whitehair from the Bears. He's also had some pretty good years. He's not that good anymore. He's another guy that dealt with some injuries, but you brought in Jackson Powers Johnson in the draft. He was a lot of people thought he was still. I kind of agree. Just not. He was just he went in the second round. Some people thought he was in the first round. He didn't. He's going to be good. Like I think he can. If Whitehair goes down with injury, which he has thought past few years, you're going to be fine with him. Tyler Johnson can also play center. Andre James struggles. And then we got Corey Racino. He's that's the guy that's it. Not he's on the he's gonna be that good. And I don't really talk about Jake Johanning because he's on IR, so he's already done for the year. So it's not going to affect him this season. So he's not really a ton point. If I did, he's not that good anyway. Now let's go center. We got Andre James. He's a decent center, and they brought him back for a reason. Like he's a perfectly fine starting center. Could do a lot worse. And he's also his backup. You got Ben Brown, who's not that good either. So we'll see what happens there. He's not very good. Here's your backup. So and if Andre James just go down, even if he doesn't go down at the same time in a locale week, Josh Johnson can take over center instead of Brown. Then you also got Will Putman, the young developmental guy is really it. Now your last two positions defensive line, you got two recent young draft picks. We hope that they'll get better. Dylan Parham, he's been okay, but he hasn't been that good. But he should get better because he is only going to be 25 in a couple weeks. But he was a third round pick. He hasn't started, so he should be get better. Then right after you got another young guy, draft pick, and Taylor Munford Jr. He's a decent right tackle. But he could do better. Which is another, he's also going to be 25 in about a month. So he's also young. But he did draft to be your hopefully eventual starting tackle. Because their Munford can be a lot better than that. He drafted DJ Glaze. He's early, just a developmental guy. You're not expecting much from his rookie year out of Maryland, but we'll see. So hopefully, Munford can start this year. And then Munford does have 2 years left in his deal, but you can just have hopefully next year you may be able to have Glaze start over him. Or if he's not ready next year, you can have Munford start next year and have Glaze start next year. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. And then behind Parham, you got Jordan Meredith. He's okay depth. He's really mental guy, but he's 26. So how much better can you really get at that point? Even like if he only has been in the league for a couple of years. Also got Patrick Barrington, another developmental guy, but he's also 26. We'll see what happens there. Like you don't really expect much from him. You also got Clark Barrington. Oh, sorry, I mean, ignore me. No, you can just me again. Sorry. You also got Dalton Wagner back to the right tackle. He's not good. Just same with Andrew Coker. So for the most part, you got proven guys like Kimby, Golden Miller, and Whitehair, and James. But you got Whitehair self a lot of injuries. He's not as good as he used to be. James, who has not that great, it can be a good strength center. But you also got Powers Johnson that hopefully will replace Whitehair next year. If you and just let Whitehair walk because he's got a lot of injuries and he is in his 30s. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check here. Yeah, he is 32. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But he has been a good starting center in the past. So we'll see. That is it for their offense. Next, let's go to their defense. You got. It's not saying a ton. Like these two guys are really good, but it's not saying a ton for this defense. They don't really have a great defense. You got two really good main stars on your defensive line in Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. So you brought in free agency two 2019 draft picks. Max Crosby, he is really, really good. Let's just put it that way. Like he was a steal, and I think the fourth round in 2019. He's been really good for them. Big surprise. And right in defense tackle, you brought in Christian Wilkins. He's been really good for the Dolphins. He's worth that payday. Just the Dolphins have cap space trouble, so they couldn't afford that huge cap hit he got, but he deserved it. And then back then, he also got Malcolm Kuntz and Tyree Wilson at edge. You're hoping that Tyree Wilson can have a better sophomore year and get it ahead of Malcolm Kuntz. Malcolm Kuntz is fine, but you don't really want him to be your start one of your second best edge because he's not really he's okay. But like, there's a reason. Like, you drafted Tyree Wilson in the first round past season in the top 10, so hope he can do better in his sophomore year. But he did not have a great rookie year. He only had 3.5 sacks in 17 games. And like last year, he did. I think I Chandler Jones didn't end the season there, but I think he start. I think he did play a few games, and then Chandler Jones had a lot of things going on last year, so he was released. But still, behind them, you got Janaris Robinson. He was a recent draft pick by the Vikings. Yeah, Vikings. So yeah, but he's not that good either. He's just okay. Just got Charles Snowden and Ellerson Smith. Snowden's a young, he's a rookie developmental guy. That's really you're not expecting much out of him. Like most, he's probably still gonna be like a rotation edge at like a top point of his career. But then you also get Ellerson Smith. First round pick 21. He's not that good. So yeah, and David Agawa and um, T.J. Franklin, they're not gonna make the roster. Probably maybe one of those practice squad guys. See, that's it for your edge group. Next, let's go to the tenth attack. We already talked about Wilkins, so now let's talk about John Jenkins. He's fine, but he is 35, so yeah, He's only to start to kind of. He should not. He's not really. You don't really want to start at this point in his career because he's sold. But last year, he did draft Brian Young in the third round, so hopefully he can replace him soon this season and be your number two defensive tackle. Because like you got Wilkins, who can do a lot of the things they can make up for, like your backup, the other defensive tackle that can be out there not being that good. We also got Adam Butler, he was fine, but still, like as your fourth guy, that's pretty good for a defensive tackle. And then you also got another Butler. You got Matthew Butler. He's really just this young mental guy. He's not really that good. Maybe we can get better. Once you get this far down your depth chart, that's doing pretty good. You got another mental guy working on the claw. You're not picking up this guys. Then same with Noah Shannon and messed up Jade Silvera. Just developmental guys. They don't are very good. You've got two really top good guys on your edge on your defense line and Crosby and Wilkins. Guy Terry Wilson, you hope he's a lot better because he was a top one pick. But we don't know yet. Malcolm Kuntz can be a fine number two. And you got John Jenkins, who's okay, but he's pretty old. And then you got some guys behind him, Brian Young. So yeah, they can get they got two really good defensive linemen that can make up for the other weaknesses. Like with Wilkins now, like it's gonna be a lot harder to double team Crosby. You're not gonna be able to double team both him and Wilkins. Tough. That's it for the defensive line. Now let's go to the linebacker group. So, and then at will linebacker, you got Divine Diablo. He's good. He's like a fine starting linebacker, but he is a free agent this last season, so you'll have to re-sign him. See what happens there. He didn't have any. He didn't have any picks. He hasn't had 0 picks in 3 years so far. So for the season, he's supposed to heck, he's okay. He's your start. He was a former safety. But as your starting middle linebacker, you got Robert Spillane. He's good. You're perfectly fine him being your starting linebacker. But then they find him, got Amari Purdy. He's not. He's a pitch on for last year. Maybe he can develop a little better, but he's not good. But he did draft Tommy Eichenberg. He didn't want to fifth round this draft, but like in 2023, some people thought he could go in the second or third round as linebacker. So he has had some good years at Ohio State. He just struggled a little bit last year. See what happens there, but he should be your number three linebacker over Amari Burney. Then behind him at sorry, just your third linebacker. You also got Luke Masterson. He is not very good. Like Eichenberg can step up and over the and get over him. That would be awesome because he would be a lot better than him because Eichenberg is the guy. Playmaker. You also got another Amari. This time you got Amari Gainer. He's okay. He's just young developmental guy. Just really it. He is a rookie. Into this. See what happens there. You got Darian Butler. He's out for the year, so I don't know what to talk about him. That's for him because you have it's just like when you see something in your series and you're like that, you're bound to step charts. It's gonna be tough because like a lot of teams are like, well, we had no tape from last year. He's coming off a major injury with season ending and early on, but yeah, happens there. It's like Johnny Moga. He's not that good. He probably won't make. He's gonna make the roster, maybe practice squad. Because you don't own that Darian Butler, so that makes room for Moga on your practice squad just so you have that extra guy linebacker. But still, he's not really that good. That's it for your linebacker groups. Let's go to your corner room. You got a lot of the young developmental guys, but then you got a really good slot, and Nate Hobbs, good slot corner. You're good there. So, but as your outside corner, you got Jack Jones. So he had a good rookie year with the Patriots. Really struggled last year, so hopefully he can step up again. But based off how he's been, like if you start when you're starting outside corners, that's not very good. And then the other outside corner, you got Jakari Bennett, another recent draft pick. So hopefully you are not. You got young guys, so you hope they can get better. You're not this cornerback room. Like they're starting outside months probably won't be that good this year. If we're being honest, but they could. Hopefully they'll be better than last year. You got Brandon Faison. He is yeah, he's not very good as a signing. You know, he got him at 29, soon be 30. So yeah. So then you also got Kamarian Richardson. He was a fourth round pick past draft, so hopefully he can step up and be a good, decent backup. But you're not expecting him to be your starter yet. Maybe soon, hopefully. And then you also got MJ Devonshire. He's a depth, so he's tough for him to make the roster probably. But he has a decent chance because his firm isn't the greatest depth wise. We also got Cornell Armstrong and Sam Webb. Neither of them are very good. They didn't to make the roster. Then he's got Woo Governor, his last name, under Shepard. I guess both of those guys are practice squad guys, but even then, neither of them are that good. Oh yeah, so that's it for your corner. That's then you also got Kalen Sam for automation. So yeah, that's it for your corner room. Now let's go to your safety. You have good starting safety. On safety, it's Rob Moore, he's good. We wanted to pay him this last season, so see what happens there. An opposite of him, a strong safety, you got Marcus Epps, and he's okay. Like he had a good year last year. Eagles, like a lot of defenders had really good years that year. The Eagles, just that's part of the reason why they made Super Bowl that year. but he didn't have the greatest year last year, so we'll see what happens. He should be fine. But to replace him, if Epps does struggle, we got Chris Smith, fifth round pick in 23 from Georgia. Georgia produces a lot of good defenders, so he could be good one as well, even though he was a fifth round pick. So we'll see what happens. So if Epps does struggle, you do got Smith, Chris Smith the second, I should say. You also got Jaden Grant and Isaiah Potomac. Between those two, I feel like I'll probably beat out Grant as your backup under your backup safeties. But so we'll see there. Grant probably will be part of the guy if he does get beaten out. But you're hoping Potomac can as Mauricio helmet. Let's got Trey Taylor. He was a seventh round pick. I don't think he's gonna make this roster. We'll see. And he'll probably he's only go, if they don't he doesn't make the roster. We'll go to practice by they draft him unless he just is terrible. I tried to appeal inside and third. He's not very good at all. So I hope he doesn't touch the field. So yeah, that's it for demons. Next is going for teams. Got Daniel Carson, AJ Cole. Two got a really good kicker from Congo. So you're doing pretty good there. You got Trey Tucker and Amir Dubla. Amir Dubla is a good returner. Tucker could be, but we'll see. He hasn't done a ton. But you do got Dubla behind him, so he could Dubla can do both. You know, you mentioned Long Stafford. So that's it for the depth chart. Now let's go to their schedule. First, week one, they got the Chargers. I think they're gonna lose. They could win that one, but I think they'll probably lose it just because John Harbaugh's the want to start the season good. And look at you get to face both Harbaughs in the season. That's gonna be lost. That should be a win, but the Panthers could win it. So it should be a good game. Neither of these teams are that great. That's because you don't know the Raiders that their quarterback situation. If both quarterbacks has struggled in training camp so far, and Minshew and O'Connell. Guys got the Browns. You're gonna probably lose that one. You could probably will beat the Broncos. Uh, that's probably a battle of. Oh, you hate two teams that don't have great quarterback situations. You're probably gonna lose to the Steelers. You're probably lose to the Rams. You're gonna get swept by the Chiefs. That's just what happens. Seems like every year for almost. You're probably gonna lose to the Bengals. Probably lose to the Dolphins. You should be able to beat the Broncos again. You're gonna get swept by the Chiefs. I just hit that in the first game. I feel like they'll find a way to beat one of these two teams, the Bucks and Falcons, but this will be tough. They can beat the Jags, and then Saints, Chargers are two winnable games at the end of the season, so they had some winnable games. They also some pretty tough ones. They had to face the Chiefs twice. They had to face the Bengals. They had to face the Dolphins. Had to face the Rams, who could be good this year. They had to face Browns, and are a good team. They had to face the Ravens. So there's some pretty good teams. And like the Steelers will be a tough team to play because they always have to find a way to have a winning record after Tomlin. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for hope you have a good